What's up, Patriots? And welcome to a night of unwavering truth and unwielding resolve. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we dissect the political background, expose to the swamp, and celebrate the resurgence of American strength. Tonight, we're making a milestone, a turning point, a testament to the power of the American people. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. 100 days 100 days into President Trump's second term, and the landscape of the nation is already transforming. We have witnessed a historic whirlwind of action, a relentless pursuit of the promises made to the forgotten men and women of America, and the promises that have been kept. We've seen the border secured, the economy revitalized, and the rule of law restored. They say it couldn't be done. They said he was too divisive, too unconventional, too effective. I think that's the right word for it. They underestimated his resolve. They underestimated our resolve. And they underestimated the power of the American people to reclaim their country. But the Democrats, they are in full-blown panic. They are throwing every roadblock, every legal challenge, every smear campaign they can to muster to stop Trump's agenda. They're desperate to cling to the wreckage that they've created, to protect their corrupt system, to prevent the restoration of American greatness. They are trying to sabotage his efforts to fix the disasters and the consequences of their open border policies. They are fighting tooth and nail to protect their woke and indoctrination of our children. And they are definitely trying to preserve their control over a system that has betrayed the American people. They think they can stop him. They think they can stop us. But guess what? They're wrong. We, the American people, are not their pawns. We are not their victims. We are the architects of our own destiny, and we will not be denied. So tonight, we're celebrating the victories. We're exposing the sabotage. We are reaffirming our commitment to a nation where the will of the people prevails, where the rule of law is upheld, and where American greatness is restored. So, Patriots, we're in for a night of hard truths and righteous anger. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we defend the values that made America great, where we challenge the insanity of the left, and where we refuse to be silenced. The show begins now. What is going on, everyone? I hope I have everything set up correctly because I had no internet. I had nothing up until like 10 after 8. We had a big storm roll through here, high winds, everything. I had to run out to the middle of it because I left my awning on my fifth wheel open. And my neighbor calls and says, "You better put that up." It's like, oh, shit, I forgot to do it. The storm came here quicker than what I thought it was going to do. Had to button up the chickens. Oh, it was crazy. But I hope you guys are having a great night. We'll see what happens with the show. I don't know. I think I have everything set up right. I wanted to download a couple of things that I could not get downloaded, but that's okay. I got plenty to go on. Don't worry there. I got you. Let's see what we got going on over here. I got to switch over here. We're going to say hi to everyone in Getter, Rumble, Cloud Hub, Facebook, X, even YouTube still on the line. Pretty much loving that one, but I don't think I'm getting too many views on there because I'm probably being shadow banned, so they're not showing it. So I pretty much, they'll do that instead of censoring me or something. I don't know, but we'll see. But how you doing, Sean? Shao, how you doing? We got everything going on over there. Democrats are communists. Yes, they are. They are that exactly, Sean. You could always sing for it. I don't think you would wanted me to do that, Sean. Everybody would be running for their life. I'd probably even run if I heard me sing. Yes, the Democrats are up a lot. We are going to get into that tonight. And we are going to say hi to the one and only Wimpkin.com and the Wimpkin Warriors. They're in there. They're great people. You got it, WIMKIN.com. If you haven't done it yet, come on, guys. Get it up, get it going, get it downloaded, and come in and join us in there and chat. I love having Getter in there, and Sean and Shell and FTS and all you guys in there. I'm glad we got to get more people and Getter to get talking. We got to get them up there. But let's say hi to the Wimpkin Warriors. Howie, Lee, what's happening? Lee, Colin, what's happening? Got to do this first. Fixer, what's up, man? How's everyone doing tonight? Tammy. Hi, Tammy. And what else we got going on here? Daniel, what's happening? Daniel, Edward, what's going on? Got a lot going on here, guys. Got a lot of people. Where's Jerry? There's Jerry. Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here illegally, and we'll deport you. Love it. Love that one. That's a good one. And John, what's happening, John? They are. Trump derangement sins are totally, Edward. And I was just having a discussion. Remember when I showed you on Facebook with this idiot liberal? Oh yeah, no doubt. Here, I got to tell you this, because this was just the funniest thing. Because this idiot, and I even gave him proof. Keith Snyder is his name. You can't say criminals don't deserve due process. Due process is a thing that decides if they are criminals. Otherwise, you're just kidnapping people you don't like. This is from a used to be friend of ours, the family's, and she's an idiot too, because she's a liberal. And they think they're right about everything. I showed them the proof that they keep saying that these illegal criminals have a right to due process. And you guys remember the old Constitution here, right? And I showed you the 14th Amendment under due process, right? And it says, and I quote for these idiot liberals in Facebook, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, are subject to jurisdiction. There are citizens of the United States in the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce the law, shall abridge the privileges and immunity of citizens in the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, property, or the due process of law, or deny any person with jurisdiction of the law. Okay? I showed them this. They said no. They said that is not right. It says all persons. But they don't read the rest of it where it says born or naturalized citizens of the United States. They want to go straight to the all persons and sit there and think that is what is allowed. That allows these illegal criminals to cross here. But guess what? You know what they also said? They also said because they came here and claimed asylum at the border does not make them criminals. They came here not following the immigration laws, which claiming asylum, you have to prove that an asylum is legitimate. None of them do that just because Joe Biden said, oh, come on in. You're claiming asylum. Come on in. We don't have to vet you. They don't vet you. And for these idiots in here, sits there and tells me, and he sits there and says that he's amazed even me can function well enough to use Facebook. Oh, yeah, this is what this idiot says. And none of these piss ants have the balls enough to come onto my show and say this stuff out loud. Oh, no. The pansy-ass people, which to sit behind a computer, has not a clue of what they're talking about. Oh, this pisses me off so bad. But they're sitting there saying these people were not released from prisons, and the countries have already admitted to releasing their prisoners, releasing their mental people from the mental hospitals, and sending them here. But that's okay. They're not criminals. This is what I have to deal with every freaking day. These people are idiots. There's due process to enter our country. There's due process to become a citizen. We've given the same due process they gave us. Exactly, Lee. These people, they just let these idiots come in here, and these idiot liberals want to sit there and believe it and believe that these people have the right to due process. Our Constitution covers United States citizens. Period. End of story. No matter what. These people are criminal. And I told him, I said, tell me where it shows illegals have a right to this. And then he goes with the all persons. You can't make this stuff up. You can't say the dumbest people are liberals. They're mentally fucked in the head. And it just pisses me off because I gave him the proof. I gave him the Constitution. You can't show them the proof. They can't handle facts, period. Okay. Now that I got that off my checks, Biden didn't do it. Barry and the cabal did it. Yeah, stupid people say the craziest thing. Ain't that truth, my brother's keeper? This is crazy. And Shell said that Biden didn't do it. Barry and the cabal did it. Exactly. They all caused this. And this is what we have to put up with. And stop using DNA to verify kids were with their parents. Oh, yeah. These Democrats are going straight up bonkers. They're losing their minds. They're having sing-along parties on the Capitol steps. Oh, my God. These people have lost their freaking minds. All right. Well, guess what? We're going to get into the show now. But we're going to start off with something that I didn't plan on putting in, but I thought I'd put it in here. And you guys probably already saw this. No shit. There is only one reason why they stopped the DNA trafficking. Exactly, David. Hey, welcome, David. I said hi to Daniel, I think. And I got David. Make sure I didn't lose nobody. We got everybody. Okay. Now we're going to start off with Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Thinks he's going to go up against Elon Musk with rockets, but we'll see. This is a totally different thing. Amazon is planning on sharing a list of tariff prices next to their prices for the total prices to try to blame Trump for the rise in prices due to tariffs. But do any one of you guys remember that Bezos doing this for Joe Biden when he had inflation going through the roof at 10% and how much the prices went up and up and up when you're paying $7 and $8 for eggs or $10 for eggs out in California for a dozen eggs? Does anybody remember them showing prices for that? This is the most pathetic thing ever. And I admit I ordered from Amazon, but this is so pathetic. But guess what? They are denying it now. Amazon denied reports that it plans to display the cost of U.S. tariffs next to the total prices. Trump called him himself. Oh, yeah, and they got into it over there. Why didn't Amazon do this to Biden administration? Hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years. The White House issued a rebuke against Amazon and the alleged move that the press secretary, Karen Levitt, telling reporters that the only retail titan is engaging in a hostile and political act. Oh, my God. Bezos is so pathetic. It's unbelievable. And, I mean, we just go along with all the Democrats. Hi, Texas, John. All the Democrats. They're showing how mentally messed up they are every single day of the week. So on a happier note, let's get into Trump's 100th day in office, shall we? Promises made, promises kept. We've heard this from day one? Oh, yeah, border security achieved in less or in fewer than 100 days. We've got some of the promises made, promises kept right here. Let's go into them. Promises made, we will close the border. We will stop the invasion of our illegals into our country. That was on October 12th, 2024 in Aurora, Colorado. Promises kept. Illegal border encounters are down by 95%. Illegal immigrants gotaways, the top threat to public safety, are down by 99%. If Fox News were to send me down there right now, okay, this comes from Fox News correspondent Bill Melugin. If Fox News were to send me down to the border right now, I would have trouble finding a single migrant on camera. Oh, yeah, CBS immigration reporter Camila Montoya Galvez. Typically, when you go to the U.S.-Mexico border, we see at least one group of people trying to cross the border. Nope. And it goes on and on and on. Wall Street Journal, New York Times, CBS News, Axios, New York Post, The Times, Reuters, Bloomberg, The Washington Times. I could read them all off to you, but I'm not going to because they said the same thing. The borders catch and release has dropped by 99.99%. California-Mexico border, once overwhelmed, nearly empty. They have all said this. Another promise made. We will expel every single illegal alien gang member and migrant criminals operating on American soil and remove their savage gangs. Chandiagua and the United States. That was on January 19th, the day before he took inaugurated. And, of course, promises kept. Trump designated them and MS-13 as terrorists. Department of Justice, 27 members of the Associated Chandiagua charged with racketeering, narcotics, sex trafficking, all that stuff. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Under President Trump, we have arrested 150,000 aliens, included 600 members of the vicious Chandiagua gang. The winning just keeps on going. Promises made. On day one, we will begin the largest deportation operation in history. Guess how that turned out? Bingo! We have a long way to go. 40 million minimum, probably 100 million. Oh, yeah. You never know that. But, oh, man, don't be losing that. Bezos is sorry, not sorry. Thank you, Shell. That is exactly right. This pansy-ass piece of work, that is what he is. All right, promises kept from day one. Largest deportation. We know how that's working out for you, right? Since President Trump took office, there has been 139,000 deportations. In President Trump's first 50 days, ICE arrested 32,809 illegal immigrants, criminals, nearly 75% of whom were accused or convicted of criminals. They are criminals. Virtually the same number of arrests over the entirety of Biden's final year in office. And that's what they were talking about. I'm not sure if I have that in here or not, but we're going to get into that. Because we do. We're going to get into that here. All right, another promise made. I will immediately end the Biden border nightmare that traffickers are using to exploit vulnerable women and children. That was in July of 2023, he said this. The number of unaccompanied illegal migrant children reached a record low. At its peak under Biden, 4.6 of illegal border crossings were unaccompanied minor. What did Biden do with those kids? 300 and 400,000 of them? They trafficked them all over the place and can't find them. March under President Trump, just 0.4% of illegal crossings were unaccompanied minors. The people are finally getting the hint, right? All right, another promise made. Under my leadership, we will seal it up and expand the wall until we have total control. That was March 4th of 2023 in National Harbor, Maryland. What's it kept? More than 85 miles of new border barrier wall already in various stages under construction planning. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Construction to fill border wall gaps. And what else did he do on that border wall? And I don't know if it's kept here or not, but he's putting the military down there on federal lands to occupy them as military bases. 24-hour guards right there, buddy. You can't get any better than that. Another promise made. You have the gotaways. You know what gotaways are? The liberals don't. It's the people that don't want to be looked at all, so they are worse than the people we're seeing. That's why they don't want to be looked at. Liberals don't know what the hell a gotaway is. They think everybody coming here is great, upstanding people of society, and they're all running away scared from other countries. No, they're coming here to live off of the government and to rob, murder, and assault people, rape them, and everything. That's what they are doing here. Let me keep going here. I know I'm missing some stuff here. Fake space. Yeah, we need to protect the northern border. Well, there is something coming up about that in tomorrow's show, Shell. So make sure you tune in. We have fake space ride. Sniff them. Yeah, we don't have no more sniffing going on. And yes, Sean, they are brainwashed, but we got no more sniffing going on. American Peer. Our Scandinavian friend is in the house. What's happening, American Peer? Great to see you. Haven't seen him for a while. Kill Whitey is why they're here. Exactly, Shell. This people, that's what they come here for, to kill people, to rob us. They don't want to work. They're not upstanding citizens of any country. They're not here to be a productive citizen of our country. You idiot liberals need to wake the hell up and see the truth. All right, what do we got here? Another one. Let's see. Promises made. I will ban all welfare and federal benefits for illegals, and then they won't come. That was October 29th of 2024 in Allentown, PA, which is not that far from me. We know how that worked out. Boom, done, gone. Okay. Another promise is made. You know, I could keep going, but I'm going to get through these things. But every promise that he has made on his campaign for presidency have come true. He'll end catch and release. His administration delivered justice with every family whose loved ones had been stolen from them from the migrants, including Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Jacqueline Ngongori, Kayla Hamilton, and every precious American soul that he's lost. They've done that too. He will invoke the Alien Enemies Act, and he did that. Kamala's app for illegals will be shut down immediately. They did that. And today he is announcing a new plan to end all sanctuary cities in North Carolina and all across our country. We will bring down the full weight of the federal government or any jurisdiction that refuses to cooperate. This was on 9/21/24 that he promised this, and he kept it. Fresh executive orders target sanctuary cities, which was just done, yesterday, I believe it is. Federal aid for undocumented migrants. Reuters, Trump steps up to immigration crackdown, warns cities, state officials against interference. This is what we're getting in with these judges all. That's right. They're finding out. They're fucking around, and they found out. Now let's get into more of these judges are going to do that. And they're going to find out the hard way that you're not going to mess with snow Mexicans. I like that there, Sean. Canada is going straight down the tube. Did you see them dumb idiots in Canada? That's at the end of my show, but we'll just go because Sean brought it up over in Getter. They voted for that idiot liberal. Oh my God, these people in Canada are really stupid. You want more of Joe Biden? You want more of your freedoms taken away that you don't even have that many freedoms in Canada already have been taken from you. And now you go ahead with that, whatever that party's called here. Where's it at here? There it is. Yeah, the liberal Mark Carney as prime minister. They call it something else up there. I can't remember what it was called, but it's just, they're pathetic. Canada, and I'm going to take that off of there now. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why would you want to be stuck like that? David, what'd you say? Did you hear that the nightclub in Colorado that got busted, 115 gang members arrested? I want to know why our active soldiers were bodyguards at the club. Nothing was said about it in the news. I did not know that, David. I showed that yesterday. I showed it, but I did not see active service members in that. 3 a.m. here. Oh, my, America Pier. 3 a.m. in Scandinavia, and he woke up. He figured he'd see what's going on because he hasn't been here for a while. I appreciate that, America Pier. Love it, love it, love it. No, I did not see that, David. Thank you for pointing that out. We're going to have to look for that. Look at the election map. Don't lump us all in. Are you from Canada, Edward? How bad was that? Why would they do that? And I know I had some Canadians on here that were definitely not for the liberals. How bad was it, Edward? Bring that up, man, so I can read that up. Trump just stopped about 4,000 students with criminal records from entering the USA. That's awesome right there. We're going to do some more winning here while Edward gets me some information about the Canadian guys voting for that idiot over there. They got it. They got it. Oh, my God. I feel so sorry for the ones that didn't vote for that dude. Under Trump, federal identity nearly 1,200 alleged terrorists in the United States. Oh, yeah, get that, guys. Trump issued an executive order designating Mexican cartels as Trinidad and MS-13 terrorist organizations. That is part of the wins that we've been getting. Not only that, Trump nabs 30,000 illegal immigrants. 1,100 gang members in 100 days. Crime will go down, ex-FBI agent says. It just keeps going and going and going. Now, here's the one that I wanted to tell you about. White House touts a 100-day illegal immigration crackdown after Biden's unsecured the border on purpose. Take a listen to this.
I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, where the White House will mark 100 days of Donald Trump's second term in office by touting immigration progress, even as controversies have continued.
Immediately upon taking the oath of office, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. We'll get them out.
The White House hopes to highlight an illegal immigration crackdown as one of the defining policies of President Donald Trump's first 100 days of his second term.
One of President Trump's central campaign promises was to secure the border and end this invasion. The president has overwhelmingly delivered on that promise.
Dozens of immigrant mugshots with various crimes listed now dot the White House lawn. But the immigration crackdown has also been notable for controversy. Most recently, 3 U.S. citizen children from 2 families were removed from the country and sent to Honduras. White House border czar Tom Homan insisted they went with their mothers who were being deported.
What we did is remove children with their mothers who requested the children depart with them. This was a parental decision, parenting 101. The mothers made that choice.
Over the weekend, hundreds of arrests of alleged illegal immigrants were made in Florida and Colorado. The DEA busted an underground nightclub in Colorado Springs that yielded more than 100 arrests.
What was happening inside was significant drug trafficking, prostitution, crimes of violence.
Immigration routinely polls as the president's strongest issue, but a flurry of polls in the last week show Americans generally split on his handling of it heading into his 100th day.
There are reportedly other instances where U.S. citizen children were deported without any due process. Due process is a hallmark of what our country is all about.
Heading into the 100-day milestone, the White House also unveiled a pair of executive orders to support the immigration crackdown. One empowering law enforcement and another compiling a list of sanctuary cities that are not cooperating with federal immigration law. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Now you heard it for yourself right there. And that is the one about the nightclub. You saw that on there, but of course they don't say anything about the active service members there. So, all right, here's a memo. This is from the White House on this first 100 days of the economy. Job statistics, which is up like crazy. President Trump has created 345,000 jobs since taking office in January. 188,000 is 54% of these were non-government and government-adjacent sectors. This is a dramatic improvement from the last 2 years of the Biden administration, when 3/4 of the new jobs were in government and government-adjacent sectors, 2,000 of which were mining and logging jobs, 27,000 of which were construction jobs, and 9,000 manufacturing were created. Joe Biden and their creations of jobs were all fairy tale lies. Not one of them could show where a company opened to create these millions of miraculous jobs across our country. But they could not name one company that opened up their doors to hire all these people, to find out they were fixing and padding the numbers. And not in this case. We know it. We heard it from the owners, CEOs of these corporations that are coming here and spending almost $1 trillion or more dollars into manufacturing into our country. This is what you get when you got a real president in charge. We're not going to do this, and I understand Edward's sitting there telling me that they're pathetic up there. He said Canada is a mirror image of the U.S. fucktards on both coasts. And he's exactly right. I thought they would learn their lesson from Trudeau. Trudeau destroyed Canada, broke Canada. This guy's going to be no different. I think the Canadians are in for a nightmare of however many years they voted for this idiot for. I don't know if it's 4 years or not, but I think they're in trouble. And it's not going to be pretty. See you later, David. All right, let's keep going so we don't run out of time. So much winning on Trump's first 100 days. And so much is going on, but you can't. Andy, what's happening, Andy? The only president we ever had. Yes, the only real president. I'm going a little bit of Ronald Reagan. I'm good with that. Oh, yeah. And look back at Doge's first 100 days. And I just threw this in there because I thought it was good. Doge has made cuts across multiple federal agencies. Elon Musk has been the unofficial figurehead of the department. The Tesla CEO said he's stepping down, which has always been planned, but the Democrats want to run their mouth and say, you get him out of here by the end of May. It was already planned for him to go back to his company. There was no plan on him staying in this position. These people just want to think they can run their mouth and make their sheep look at him and say, oh, look at that. He's leaving because the Democrat told him to get the hell out. It's not even true. Everything they say is actually a lie. But Doge has got done a lot. They have cut money from all kind of places. But if you listen to the Democrats, they sit there and tell you they haven't done a damn thing. Oh, no. What else? I got a video here somewhere. Let me see what this one is. Oh, this one is President Trump targeting sanctuary cities and states, and see what's going to happen.
The president is signing 2 executive orders that target sanctuary cities and strengthen the efforts of law enforcement to deport criminals who enter the country illegally.
Political reporter Marcia Kramer is here with more. And Marcia, it really sounds like the president wants to know exactly who is standing in the way of his deportation efforts.
He really does. In fact, President Trump's 100th day in office is tomorrow, but his determination to go after sanctuary cities has been a theme of his administration since day one. And it's not just the Big Apple. Several localities in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut have adopted laws that prevent cooperation with efforts to deport undocumented immigrants.
The Trump administration is working 24/7 to successfully arrest and deport these illegal criminals and foreign terrorists from our communities. We are in the beginning stages of carrying out the largest deportation campaign in American history.
The White House press secretary kicking off the president's week-long celebration of his 100th day in office, it's actually Tuesday, by announcing his decision to sign 2 more executive orders to further his immigration campaign. One will
strengthen and unleash America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens.
The second will direct Attorney General Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, to develop and publish a list of state and local jurisdictions that obstruct the enforcement of immigration laws. It's regarded as a first step to cutting off federal funding to sanctuary cities and could have widespread implications in the metropolitan area. New York City, which by law does not cooperate in deportations, isn't the only place that could be in the president's sights. In New York, Albany, Ithaca, and Westchester County have sanctuary city laws. In New Jersey, Newark, Jersey City, East Orange, Maplewood, Union City, and Hoboken are among several jurisdictions that are either sanctuary cities or have laws that limit cooperation with the feds. Connecticut is considered a sanctuary state, and Hartford, New Haven, and New London are among the localities that don't cooperate with federal immigration agents.
It's quite simple. Obey the law, respect the law, and don't obstruct federal immigration officials and law enforcement officials when they are simply trying to remove public safety threats from our nation's communities.
Mayor Adams has emphasized his desire to go after violent criminals, appearing at a press conference last week with Border Czar Tom Homan to announce the arrest of 27 alleged members of a violent Venezuelan street gang.
My mission is to rid every one of these dangerous gangs from our city. I'm unapologetic about it.
Now, a spokesperson for Mayor Adams says the administration will review the executive order, but she stressed that immigrants, regardless of their status, should not be afraid to use city resources, like calling 911 or sending their kids to school. Christine, Jessica?
Thank you, Marcia.
Man, that woman got a voice like deep as mine. That's crazy, right? Okay, let's see. Let me get this back on here first. I can't have that going off. All right. Edward sent me a picture of their elections. Take a look. Man, that doesn't seem right. Just by looking at all the red on there, doesn't look like he should win. Oh, red is liberal. Blue is conservative. What the hell? Wow. That's Canadian election results by province. Each square is a seat in the House of Commons. 97% of the polls were reported. Look at that crap. I don't know about that, Edward. Look at that. That crap looks like the conservatives should have won that. I mean, there's still a lot there in Ontario, Quebec, but the rest of them are just small areas. That is a shame. I feel sorry for you guys. I really feel sorry for you guys. Thank you for sharing that with us, Edward. That's awesome right there. Okay. I heard that in his voice. Yeah. Do you hear that voice? Man, oh yeah, better than Katie Hobbs' little girl voice. Yeah, she got a deep old voice right there, though. All right, Trump says income tax cuts and perhaps elimination coming due to tariffs. Oh, yeah, take a look.
Did you talk to us about tariffs yesterday? Did any foreign leaders approach you and ask for...
I did, and you probably saw. I think every foreign leader approached me and said hello, and a lot of good relationships. And we're going to be taking in a tremendous amount of money. We're going to be taking in a lot of jobs, a lot of plants and factories. They're already coming. I mean, you see it. And we're going to make a lot of money, and we're going to cut taxes for the people of this country. It'll take a little while before we do that. But we're going to be cutting taxes. And it's possible we'll do a complete tax cut, because I think the tariffs will be enough to cut all of the income tax. Now, we have a lot of debt that's been left to us, unfortunately, over many years. We'll take care of that. But the tariffs, if people only understood the tariffs, we're going to be giving people of this country a tremendous tax cut. And we're going to start with people making less than $200,000 a year. Any movement on China?
Don't you just love that? That would be great to happen under here. Hi, Mary Olga. How are you tonight? Welcome to the show. Don't forget, guys, you got time to get your name in for the next drawing. Don't forget, where's it at? Where's it at? We got to give it up for you guys can see that. Send it to there. Put your names in. If you want in on a drawing, you got to go have a drawing every week. So make sure you get the names in. We're going to keep going now. Let's keep going. I'll leave that up here for a little bit. This is Turley Talks. Guys, you guys remember Turley, right? Democrats in crisis. Is the Liberal Party doomed to collapse? Oh, most definitely. Arrests have become a signal of seismic shift in the political landscape of the United States as high-profile Democrats find themselves rapidly abandoning their party amid a wave of corruption scandals, according to Trump advisor Mike Davis. These arrests are merely the beginning, with the Justice Department reportedly prepared for a mass arrest as Democrats appear to be splitting apart at the seams. I'm hoping this is right, guys. That's why I threw it in there. I'm hoping that Turley Talks right, and these mass arrests are starting to happen. This is what we want to see, and I'm hoping it's going to happen. We had to have some good news in here. We've had good news from day one, but you can't explain this stuff to idiot liberals, so that's why we have to show it again. We'll get back on the roll again tomorrow. Now we got federal workers are waging a resistance against Trump's agenda. It's captured in videos and polling places. It's not. These people are just whining because they lost their jobs, because the Democrats put them in there and they were doing nothing, right? And I have one here somewhere. I want to find it here. Let me delete this one. Here it is. I want you. These are 3 people out of millions of federal workers that they had there doing nothing. Take a listen to these idiots.
What responsibility do you feel to the civil servants who have now lost their jobs? Many of them worked at...
Not him. I think it'd come on after him, so bear with me.
What responsibility do you feel to the civil servants who have now lost their jobs? Many of them worked at the Department of Education during the first term.
Sure, I do. I feel very badly, but many of them don't work at all. Many of them never showed up to work. Many of them never showed up to work.
Abby, let me go to you first. We heard President Trump say there, many of them, speaking of people in your situation, fired federal workers, don't work at all. Many of them never showed up to work. Many of them never showed up to work. Your response?
I'd love to see the data that he's pulling that information from, because I went to work every day. My colleagues went to work every day, and our coalitions that we worked with would have known and noticed if we weren't working and actively providing them with the services that we were hired to do.
What's it like, Stephanie, for the man who's ostensibly in charge of your employment, albeit at a very high level, speak about the work that you and your colleagues have done in that way?
It's frustrating to not be seen as valuable. I think the work we do is, very great for the American people. The whole goal is to help protect and save lives, and to be said that we just didn't show up to work, to me, says that he felt like we didn't show up for the American people.
Might any of you consider not returning to work in the federal government categorically because of the experience that you guys have been going through? I mean, are you confident you're not going to be fired again, even if you are reinstated?
Oh, we will be fired again.
I think the expectation is that we will probably be fired again. I personally would love to do my job, and serving the American people is what I have gone to school for. It is part of my ethos. Is I want to, it's my American duty to serve the American people. I feel really strongly about that. A piece of this country's ethos is ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And I think that federal workers and all three of us are the embodiment of that core value that we've had in this country for decades.
Now, they find 3 idiots like this, but you find all the buildings empty in there. Everybody's working, supposedly working from home. Nobody's in the office. And they sit there. They went to work. Their coworkers went to work. Well, where? They didn't say that. But I would love to do my job. Get the hell out of here. They couldn't even answer a simple email from Elon Musk. What did you do the past week? And they got pissed off because they wanted to know what they did do. Nobody could answer that, right? But they find these 3 twits on there. Exactly, Fixer. Great job. That was perfect. All right. And they're just so pathetic. It's unbelievable. This is Trump sending military. Let me find it here. Yes. This is Trump sending military to the southern borders to protect us. Take a look.
Trump's bold move to militarize the entire southern border just sent shockwaves through Washington. The president's new authorization gives the War Department complete control over public lands along the Mexico border, transforming it into a military zone. This means armed forces can now occupy, patrol, and manage all federal territory along the 2,000-mile stretch. Think checkpoints, military vehicles, and armed personnel stationed 24 hours a day along every major crossing point. We're talking about the biggest border security operation in U.S. history. What's really turning heads is how this completely bypasses typical Border Patrol protocols. Instead of civilian agencies, we're looking at full military jurisdiction, just like in wartime operations. This isn't just about building a wall anymore. It's about creating an entirely new system of border defense, with soldiers instead of agents, tanks instead of patrol cars. Love it or hate it, this is a complete game changer for border security.
A fact right there, guys. That'll take it. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow for that northern border stuff, Shell. How many of them taught students they can probably be the opposite sex if they want a problem at all? Exactly. This is just the most pathetic thing. Hey, Aaron, what's going on, man? I didn't say hi to you last night. You got in late too. I didn't see you. Sorry about that. All right, let's keep going here. Russia has declared, we only got 3 more here. Russia declares a 72-hour ceasefire in Ukraine for next week to mark Victory Day in World War II. That's fine and dandy, but Putin makes new demands resisting Trump's latest peace and treaty. Russia will settle for nothing less than a demilitarized Ukraine and the annexation of 20% of the nation in any peace settlement. I don't think these guys want peace, either one of them. I think Putin wants total domination no matter what. A country is going to not demilitarize itself when you have a threat like that crazy ass son of a bitch is. Now, Ukraine calls for a permanent ceasefire after Russia announced a 3-day pause. I don't believe any of this, and Trump doesn't believe any of it either. He thinks he's gaslighting. They are both gaslighting him and just trying to appease him, and they're just going to continue to do what they're going to do. Things are going to get ugly before they get better, and Putin's a nutcase. I don't see him getting any better. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because I don't think it's going to get any better. And that is it for our results today. That is the 100th day. We've got the 100th day. And tomorrow, we are going to get in what is in store for us from here on out in the Trump administration. What are we going to look forward to in the next 100 days of the Trump administration? I've got that and so much more in store for you guys. I haven't even looked at it all yet. So we're going to get into that too, guys, tomorrow. Don't forget to join me tomorrow. Get your friends, get your families. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, wherever you guys are tuning in from. If you're new to the show, welcome. I didn't say that when we first started. I'm sorry, but we are glad you're here. If you're new to the show, don't forget to subscribe, like, and everything. Don't forget to get your names in for the drawings. I got to remind everybody for that. Eric Von Zipper, what happened? I don't know what's up with X tonight. X is like really, really slow. And they got to pick it up in X. Come on, guys. Let me put that back up here for you guys. Right there it is. Get your name in for the drawing. This is not, I'm giving a lot of t-shirts away. I'm going to give some more stuff away. I told you I got a security camera, a solar-powered one. I think I got a watch over there. I got to look. I got coins. I got Trump coins. You guys want a Trump coin? I need more veterans, too. I got some veteran coins. I haven't given them all away yet. So if I got a veteran in here, let me know, and I'll get something sent out to you guys. Don't worry. That's what's happening. All right, let's get into some funny videos. Let's have a laugh here. But first, we're going to get wise words from Sylvester Stallone. I love when he does this. Take a listen.
Remember, everything in life happens for a reason. Good days tell you that life is beautiful. Bad days tell you that there is more to learn from life. Good people give you valuable memories, and bad people give you valuable lessons. So believe that everything in life happens for a reason.
Absolutely. Every day we wake up, we learn something new. That's why I wanted to bring this up to you guys. Now, this one I bring up to you, Carolyn Levitt. Well, I hope I'm saying her name right. Levitt, maybe. Okay. But she goes savage on this reporter. You guys got to take a listen. I love that. I love this girl. She's just good as the last one that they had. And his first thing. What's her name? Kelly McEnany? Yeah, I think she's even better. Let me know what you guys think.
Have you ever paid a tariff? Because I have. They don't get charged on foreign companies. They get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you're trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press. Mary, go.
It's crazy that Democrats don't know how tariffs work, even though it's covered in this book, Reasons to Vote Democrat. It covers economic policy, foreign policy, and so much more. This book is exactly what the title says. It gives you every single reason to vote Democrat. Even Donald himself called this book brilliant. Mother's Day is coming up and Father's Day will be here before you know it, and this is a perfect gift for any parent that voted for Trump. It's a blank book titled Reasons to Vote Democrat, and it's made in the USA. This is a perfect book to keep on the coffee table or on the bookshelf, and every time somebody picks it up, they're gonna get a laugh. These are on sale with free shipping right now, so if you want to get one, I'm gonna put a link at the bottom of the video.
All right. Don't you just love her? I love her. I think she's doing great. And the Associated Press, they got their asses booted out once. Keep it up, guys. Boot your ass out again. And Picture, it's an outdoor security camera. One you can put on your cell phone. Oh, yeah. I got to bring it down. It's still upstairs and on my gun case. I didn't bring it down into my studio yet. I would love you, Colin, to have your Trump coins. I put 2 of them in there. Oh, yeah. I hope you guys get them. If not, I'm going to have to try a different way of getting something to you. That's crazy. He's not far from me. Who's not, John? Who's not far from me? Looks like Jace had some damage around his house. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, he must have got the same storm I got, John. Because oh yeah, I'm glad my new roof was on, so I'm glad that happened. But man, things were blowing everywhere. I tell you what, it was a crazy ass storm. Send you a link for what, Fixer? Sean, that's why their asses stink. Democrats can't even wipe their exactly. That's why their asses stink. That's great. That's right, Texas John. All right, wait. We got to keep going here. I got a little bit of a midget comedian. We got him back again at Bill Williams, I think is his name or something like that. He's a funny little guy. Take a look.
It's fun to travel, man. It's fun. Thankfully, I have a cool job where I get to travel for a living, get to perform. And the most rewarding time I ever had in my life was not too long ago. I got to perform in the Middle East for the soldiers. I did a USO tour over there. It was the best. Soldiers are the best audiences. They don't give a crap about political correctness. They just want you to laugh. They want you to be honest. They want you to be true. That means they have to have a good sense of humor. You do a job that serious, you have to have a good sense of humor. I get off the C-130 plane in Afghanistan. Group of 5 soldiers there to meet me. They walk up, they're like, Mr. Williams, we're so happy you're here. I'm like, fuck yeah, you guys want to laugh, right? They're like, no, you're a midget. We want to do some fun shit with you. Right, like was there a meeting the day before, like some commanding officers on stage? We have a dwarf coming on base tomorrow. We need some ideas for some fun shit to do. Henderson, what you got? Do we have any large cannons? Good idea, Henderson. I ask them, I'm like, guys, what sort of fun shit do you want to do? They say, we want to take you on a Black Hawk helicopter. I'm like, yes. I'm going on that. And I tell that to my friends. They're like, Brad, weren't you scared? No. You have to understand who I am, the life I've lived. I'm the guy that when I go to Six Flags, I can't ride half of their shit. And now the U.S. government just said, you see that death machine? You want to hop on? Erection. I'm good. So we go to fly in a Black Hawk helicopter. Now, before you fly in one of these things, they don't just let you go. They have to put gear on you. They put a helmet and a vest. And apparently, there's not a lot of midgets in the military. Helmets and vests are not made by Oshkosh. They are not made by Oshkosh. First of all, the guy brings me out a helmet. He assumes that because I'm a little person, I have a tiny head. Wrong. I do not have a tiny head. I have a big fucking head, okay? I don't have dreams. I have movies, okay? So they bring out this little helmet, they're pulling on my head. It doesn't fit. They're pulling it down. It doesn't fit. They have to get an extender strap for the chin and buckle it and buckle it and buckle it. Now the chin fits. That doesn't change the size of the helmet. The helmet is still sitting on top of my head, not protecting shit. It's not even a helmet at this point. It is a war yarmulke. I'm thinking to myself, great, I'm going into a country that has a lot of pissed off Muslims and they dressed me like G.I. Jew. This is going to go well. Thank you, smart people, for laughing at that joke. Some of you got it. Some of you guys are like, wait, Jews and Muslims don't get along? Kill yourself, all right? End it. Nobody likes you.
That guy is funny because he can laugh at himself. And that's what I liked about him. And I'm trying to download one real quick here, but we got to get 2 more in. So we're going to go. We can't go away with Jeff and Walter, right? We got to have Jeff Dunham. Here we go.
Is there any particular movie that scares you? Yeah, the film of my wedding. But if I'm depressed, I watch it backwards. You get it? She walks away. Come on, you love your wife. Yeah, I know. Then at our wedding, when she came walking down the aisle with that giant hair and all that makeup, I felt like yelling, "It's alive! It's alive!"
So how'd the service go?
Well, the worst part was when the minister asked if anyone objected and no one would listen to me.
Maybe they couldn't hear you.
Hey, you're right. You weren't there.
So what happened after the wedding?
She started eating cake, right, nonstop, for 45 years. You know what scares me now? What, when my wife says, "Does this thong make my ass look fat?"
You didn't answer that right.
I guess I shouldn't have.
What'd you say?
I asked her if it was a thong or if her ass grew over her panties.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I probably should have stopped there.
What else did you say?
I said, no, the thong doesn't make your ass look fat. Your fat ass makes your fat ass look fat. The thong is the victim.
Why are you telling me this?
It's a horror show, right?
Let's talk about Halloween.
All right, well, that's less scary.
You guys still get a lot of trick-or-treaters?
Not anymore. Why? Well, a couple of years ago, unfortunately, my wife answered the door with one of her knockers hanging out of her room. Yeah, we still get therapy bills from those kids.
Did you actually say knockers?
Yeah, I guess now they're more like flappers. Hell, if she moves just right, they flop like 2 doggy doors. Oh, yeah, last week she did jumping jacks and ended up with 2 black eyes. Then there are the teenagers who show up at your door with a sack and no costume.
Right.
They just have the munchies from smoking too much weed.
Weed?
Yeah, you know, pot, I know. Mary Jane?
Right.
Ganja? The Chronic? The Bangkok Blast-Off? The Sticky Icky?
How do you know all this?
I have glaucoma. You know what scares me now? What medical websites where you enter your symptoms and it tells you what you have.
Are you sick?
I think so.
What do you have?
Pretty much narrowed it down to a uterus infection. Or mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma? You get that from asbestos.
That's what peanut is made out of.
What are you, sniffing peanut?
It's lonely on the road, Jeff.
All right, there's our daily dose of Jeff Dunham. Oh, it's great. It's awesome. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. I'm glad I got everything off that I was trying to do. Don't forget to get your names in for the drawings, guys. I need some more names in here. We got everybody's from Wimpkin. Anyone that's won already, your name's in the hat. Anybody that's new to the show, get your names into me. Do it right there. I got my phone, guys. I tried to try out today, but I got to get a speaker. For some reason, the phone call doesn't come through unless I run it off the phone. So I'm going to try to find a speaker and rig something up here so you guys can hear it. And we're going to start taking phone calls, hopefully here soon. So everybody can come in, say hi, whatever. I'm paying $35 a month. I want people to call. Okay. So I'll let you know when we're going to start that. And when we get it going, I'll probably do another test. I did a test on Wimpkin today with a buddy of mine. And we had John and Kurt showed up in there and helped me out and told me if we could hear me or not. But could hear me, couldn't hardly hear my buddy. So that's why we got to work things out. Got to work some bugs out. But we are going to start taking calls and everything. So we're working our way up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We've got a hell of a show started to plan for you. So please don't forget, tell your friends, tell your families, like, subscribe, share this after we're done here or tomorrow. Don't forget to share the video out to your people so they can see it. They can come and join us and they can have fun with us all. Thank you for again for tuning in, and I hope to see you tomorrow. And I'm going to leave you with this. Well, Patriots, it brings us to an end of another great episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. We've marked a 100-day milestone celebrating the swift action and unwavering resolve of President Trump's second term. We've also exposed the desperate attempts by the Democrats to obstruct progress and cling to their feeble working agenda. We've affirmed or reaffirmed our commitment to a nation where the will of the people prevails and the rule of law is upheld. So let tonight's discussion ignite a renewed sense of purpose within you. Let it strengthen your resolve to stand firm against the forces that seek to undermine our nation. Let it remind you that we, the American people, are the architects of our own destiny and that we will not be denied. Because the fight for the soul of America continues and your engagement is crucial. So please join me again tomorrow night for another powerful episode of the Conservative Viewpoint, because I'll be back ready to dissect the day's events, challenge the narratives, and champion the principles that make America the greatest nation on earth. So until then, guys, stay strong, stay informed, and God bless the United States of America. I will see you back here live tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the Rebel Chicks with a Cause, which starts at 7 p.m., guys. So like always, have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you back here live tomorrow.